I am Tamara Louis. I am so excited to have this conversation today. So, I told you guys I'm turning 50 in I think I started celebrating this when it was 50 days. Now we're at like day number 44 days until I turn 50. So I'm celebrating. I'm doing a big campaign, and the campaign is called 50 Days to 50, a transformation worth its weight in gold. So super excited to do that. And one of the things I wanted to do was really connect with some of my friends, people who have been doing life with me, and just kind of showcase them and, get a little bit of perspective of, how do they see me? How do they think about me? How do they feel about me as I move to become 50? So I have with me one of my dearest friends, probably one of the most loyal people that you will ever come across on the planet, Mr. Toure Carpette. Toure Carpette. Toure! Yay! I had to give you a wave. You doing gang signs?
Greetings. Well, I don't know what gang that is. I don't know. I don't know. But that's our gang.
Super excited just to be here with you to have this conversation. I wanted to give you some cheering, so let's give you some cheering.
Hey, boy, look at that. People cheering. I ain't saying nothing yet. You might want to hold off on them cheers. You know what I might say here. I don't know.
Right. Well, that's the thing. So, I figured it'd be interesting for us to have a conversation. Just, we met each other. Let's talk about when did we meet? We met each other in
my goodness, New York City.
Yeah. Well, first of all, introduce yourself. Tell the people your name, who you are. I don't know that you introduce yourself and take that walk out.
Who I am is not important.
Oh my God.
Okay, the name is Toure Timothy Carpette. Yes, like I dropped the middle name too. Used to be a scene back in the day. Yeah. Some people prefer to pronounce my last name as Carpette. Sounds more exotic. Yeah, but
sounds exotic.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask. You
right.
know what I mean? I met this lady, this crazy. Listen, the way we met by itself, and the fact that we're here, some kind of like almost 30 years later.
Right, 100%.
It had to be young 20s, 23 kind of thing. You know? My goodness, I was hanging out with Tariq, and we went to this some kind of like a big outdoor, like almost like a fete, a big party kind of scene.
Right.
And we had the presence of mind to sneak in alcohol. This is how we met. We had the presence of mind to sneak in alcohol. Now, Tariq and I kind of look like brothers. He's a little bit shorter, but complexion, long dreads, whatever. And somehow, well, of course, at the event, all the drinks were sold out, And this lady here happened to see me dip in my bag and pull out a cold beer. And then proceeded to send her friend, what's her name, Amanda. I haven't seen her in years either, but Amanda. And then Miss Monlouis here is kind of pimping out her friend for them to yeah, bears in that bag, run some bears. Like, we mean run some, we mean, what? He wants to buy the bears. She's like, run some bears. She's like, you ain't think my friend cute? I can introduce him.
This is the story that you're telling.
What is going on right now? Anyhow, fast forward to the present day. That is how me and Miss Monlouis met. They hung out and drank out our beers. We exchanged numbers that day. And I think we met up like 2 weekends after for like some other party or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was, it was a classic case of kindred spirits, yo. Yeah. The bond was there from pretty much day one.
100%. Yep. We
Yeah,
became
like,
roommates.
All this stuff when you meet your person. Yeah, I was like, yo, it's good. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I like the vibe.
It was a good vibe. It was always a good vibe. It's funny, right? Because we have that relationship where we fight all the time.
Yeah. We used to fight. We used to fight nasty. Fight
all the time. But
I think, I don't wanna talk out of turn or whatever, but this day and age, because I work in a school, I work with teenagers and stuff. I think friendships aren't what they used to be. People have, well, everything is situationships. Nothing is really,
100%.
nobody's really kind of, I want to say, invested in your future or invested in, what's best for you kind of thing. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but these days you can't argue with somebody and then be like, yo, you good? And be like, yeah, he's a real idiot. Well, and then just it's finished. You know what I mean? The argument was the argument, and that was that. Yeah.
Right.
But these days, woo, the
Yeah.
argument is the end of the friendship. How
Right.
dare you have a different opinion to me about
Right.
anything? How can you
Right.
be my friend and not agree with me on everything?
Right. We
I just
disagree
said,
on so many things, but
we
we
yeah,
agree.
we talk about disagreements. Yeah. And then it's like, hey, we're not
Yo,
ordering Chinese food. You want what you want? you
yo,
know?
you
Yeah, tell you. Yeah.
we'll be going later.
Yeah, we'll eat later. We'll argue again tomorrow about something else. But right now we gonna eat.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
100%. It was always, yeah, it was always a good vibe. I think I remember when you left New York and was moving to London, that
Mm.
was like, yeah, that year was crazy. It was like the last year of hurrah.
The last year, I
You
gave
know,
up my apartment. I lived by you for what, like the last 3, 4 months to save
yeah,
money. Yeah, all my suitcases in a corner. Yeah, boy.
yeah. I think it was
That was
longer. It felt like it was longer than that because I
it could be 6 months. It could be 6 months.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember giving up the apartment, and yeah, oh my goodness, that feels like a lifetime ago. Look at me,
that's
yeah, poor boy from Trinidad and Tobago, living in New York. You
yeah.
know, disappear, move to London, had a little stint in Israel with the people. Yeah, and now
Sweden.
now in Stockholm, Sweden, with my bride, my blushing bride, outside there watching TV, and my 2 little kids. It's crazy. It's
Right.
crazy.
No,
I told her
yeah,
the other day, I said, listen, my life is blessed, yes,
I
and it's
appreciate that.
blessed. And part of it, I swear, I mean, this is gonna sound all cliche-ish or whatever, yeah, but part of it is Tamara Mon Louis herself and her words of wisdom.
Oh,
Every single possible bump in the road. I'm talking about. I mean, like I said, man was on scholarship. You're not allowed to work. You can't get work permit yet. You know what I mean? And I as a man, like to complain. Yeah, I used to complain.
I call him a pessimist. He's like, he's such a pessimist.
Yeah, I like to complain. I'd be like, yo, this real shit here. And Tamara Mon Louis, every single time, 100% of the time, no dread, just chill, just relax. The universe will provide. And I used to get so mad, like, still talking about the universe. Listen, I gotta eat. Yeah, I'm not. I don't have a work permit. I'm not allowed to work. I'm bussing tables. New York City hustling. And she's like, "Yo, just relax, Dred. The universe will provide." And so said so. I mean, sometimes she was the universe providing. Sometimes she would one handle me with cash or whatever. She was the universe. But
Right.
still, it was always that kind of like, yo, just relax, chill. Everything is gonna work out. I live in Stockholm now
Yeah.
for a while. I moved to
So,
Stockholm what, 2000, 2003. 2 little kids, fabulous apartment. I live in like a G. I mean, I'm broke, but I'm
crazy.
yeah, yeah. I'm broke. Thank God
But
my wife making good money, because I don't know, boy.
oh my god,
Pressure,
so good.
pressure.
But that's the thing about you, Ture. You're probably like one of the realest people. I think sometimes
Gotta
too
keep it
real
real.
for
Gotta keep it
others.
real. It
I
take two hands to
appreciate.
clap. That she
Yeah,
clapping louder than me, so let me keep it like that.
no, for sure,
Yeah.
definitely. Tell me about as I have a business now. Could you imagine?
Somebody had told me 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Tammy's gonna, like, if I go to a psychic and they're like, oh, Tammy's gonna be running her own business. I'd be like, Tammy, who? I mean, like, go into stuff on time, and who Tammy you talking about? Because the Tammy I know, we say we're going out for 8, and then we will reach at 8, and she be coming out the shower talking about. Yo, relax now. Gosh, y'all just be stressing me. Tammy, we said we were gonna leave here. It's 8:15 and you just coming out of the shower. Yeah, I know. I know what we said. I was there when we said it. Yeah, relax. It'll be fine. The universe will provide.
Well, the thing about it is my philosophy was that I was on time for everything else. But if we're gonna hang out, right,
Yeah,
you gotta,
yeah,
when do we free up? When do we free up? Because
yeah, for real.
there was so
Yeah.
much rigid stuff with everything else we were going through in our 20s in New York. So like those were the moments to just free up. But you're a dude, like you're on time
I'm
for
rigid.
to party rigid. So you're
I'm
like,
rigid.
you're like, I hate you. I love you.
I'm one of them rigid fellas. Yeah, I rigid. Yeah. I would actually say at least 50, 60% of our arguments was about time.
Yeah, it was about time.
Yeah.
And that's
About,
where I was
oh,
also in that space of thinking that time was art, you know what I mean? And it was just like,
time was art. Yeah. You see?
I'd stopped wearing a watch. Like I had so many things going on, so many
Exactly.
philosophies.
Imagine somebody telling me back then you'd be running your own company and stuff now, doing well. I'd be like, listen, I don't know what it is or they on, but maybe another tabby you're talking about right now. You know,
Oh.
yeah, 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 boss lady business, boss lady status. You know what I mean?
But do you think there's one trait that, as much as I was, a little delinquent with the not being
No,
ready
but
on
this is the thing. I looking back on it now, hindsight, it's not that you were delinquent, is that you had your vision. This is gonna sound like kiss ass. They say like geniuses are misunderstood. Yeah, you
boom,
understand what I'm saying? But I mean, this is truth. Geniuses are misunderstood. Yeah.
right?
Think of a kid now. Think of a kid now trying to tell their parents they're gonna be a TikTok star or some kind of assness. Imagine my kid telling me that. What? Better call the police because I'm about to get arrested. Yeah. All this sacrifice. You want to be a YouTuber or a TikTok star. Meanwhile, they have YouTubers and TikTok stars making millions and millions of US dollars. You
Right,
know, I'm just saying. So
right.
you had your own little vibe going, your own little vision of what you was gonna do, and maybe to the rest of us, it seemed like this bitch crazy. Yeah. And here we are now. Fast forward to 20 something odd years later. I get interviewed 50 days to 50, I get interviewed by the boss. Yeah.
and
So
and I have my own show on YouTube.
exactly. And she a YouTuber. She doing her thing. You know what I mean? I'll start a YouTube channel just commenting about stuff that, I don't
You
know.
should. I think your comments will be they will
I
be
have a
welcome. They'll be funny. But I really appreciate that though. I think yeah, hindsight is 2020 as I
yeah.
look back upon life,
Genius is normally is usually misunderstood.
there was
Genius is
always
misunderstood in the moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's always something that felt wrong about, not wrong about it, but it was like there were these moments where it was just like, the bureaucracy in places just didn't work for me. And I was just like, okay, how do I create something that's different where I'm not
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because
doing
bureaucracy means you gotta be on time for stuff. Yeah. And you like they're gonna schedule our meeting for 1 o'clock, but I feel like my energy right now, boy, I don't know, man. I might go like 1:32, yes. Yeah. If you had gone down that road, you might get fired from somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. But
hilarious. I
setting
I
your
I
own
moved
schedule, your own it's crazy.
I moved on to get really good jobs and get there on time. But yes, I
Yeah,
felt
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, yeah, but I mean,
the rules, there were a lot of rules. And yeah, sometimes I, one of the things Mike and I talk about, and Mike is, Mike also knows Toure, so the world knows
yeah,
Mike. Mike and Toure
Mike.
are
I ain't talking to
friends.
Mike enough.
Like, we're friends.
Love Mike.
What gang signs?
Yeah, boy. That's our gang. Into the gang.
So, um, we talk about like literally making it up every day. We're not making it up, but we're having a conversation about where does the business go. We're leading that. You know what I'm saying? So that it feels very different, and it takes a level of pressure off because there's
Mm,
no, like, you know what I mean? Like we are the leaders. And so
yeah.
it's an interesting dynamic, you know what I'm saying? And it definitely shifts and changes how you see the world. And yeah, so it's just one of those things. So, I appreciate the genius
This is
comment.
what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You were destined. You just said the bureaucracy. You were destined to be a boss. Yeah, you were destined to be a boss in
Yeah.
charge, not
Yeah.
to be following. Oh, we need you to do this by. Nah, you don't need me to do nothing by no nothing. No, computer says no. I will tell you when I need to do something. Yeah, I will get it done. Yeah,
Right.
that's boss vibes. Yeah,
It's the
all
energy.
that. Yeah, all them frustrated fights and arguments we had about time and this and that and what time you said and thing. I was preparing you to decide. You know what? I gotta be doing my own thing. Yeah.
I can't.
How do you?
Because if I ran into a Toure as a boss, I would lose my mind.
Oh my goodness. Hey, you 3 minutes late, man. We ain't paying you to be late.
Right. And I'm like, you're actually paying me to be creative because my
Yeah,
energy
yeah.
is out of what time I get here.
Man,
And,
next
yeah.
thing in HR. Next thing in HR.
And so, yeah, HR is the rules that apply there are like a whole, I am HR now.
Exactly. You HR.
You know
You're
what I
like,
mean?
I want to talk to the boss and I want to talk to the head of HR. Speaking. Yeah.
But I try to even be super liberal with my team as well too, right? Because I try to make sure that they have the time that they need, that they're working when you get the job done. We need to meet and talk. You figure out your timing. I don't necessarily need you to follow the timing that I'm on, but I need you to be there. So they get a little bit of flexibility that allows them to do stuff. The other thing is I also push them to start their own business. And if they're working on their business, to let me know about it, because that's also something that didn't happen in those corporate jobs. So giving my team that ability to build, grow on their own, do their own thing really pushes them to stay with me longer. And then kind of understand what they're going to be doing next. So you understand when they leave, what they're leaving to do, and giving them clients, giving them opportunities, because I never want to, some of the things I experienced, I just would never want them to experience that, So I think the culture at Monovan Digital is even very, very different, the universe will provide easy vibe kind of thing.
Yeah, easy vibe, yeah.
Right.
No, but that's nice though, because again, like I said, some of this stuff you had to deal with. Yeah, and the way your mind works. You're the perfect boss to let people know, listen, I just need this to get done. You just get it done.
Funny story. I saw one of Chantal on my team the other day. I was scrolling through Instagram and I got to like one of clients of ours and their profile. And I was just like, man, I was just like, this post is dope. Like, this is amazing. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I hit her up and I was just like, we did this? And she's like, yeah. And I was just like, I would have done this. This is like, I was like, it caught my attention, and I just gave her the highlights, and I'm like, that's where we want to be. Sometimes I see our work, and it's again, they're getting it done. So I see our work, and I'm very like, oh my God, I love this, So so it's good, So Toure, I appreciate you. I love you so much. You are one of.
I love you more. I love you more. Come on.
I remember that time playing in London Carnival with you, and I remember
when it was raining, but it was wet, but it wasn't wet. But
it was wet, right?
It's wet, but it's not wet. Report. That's an inside joke, people. That's an inside joke.
He did say it wasn't wet. That was Wayne. Oh, shout out to Wayne. I saw him this summer actually. So, but yeah, so that time that you fed me food as we were at Carnival, you were like, you need to eat. You need to eat.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, what is he doing?
Nah, you gotta eat. Now, when you think about it, I'm making sure you eat, because I know if you collapse or can't make, that's gonna fall back on me.
Yeah. It's always selfish. Somewhere deep down.
There's a little bit of selfishness involved in that. Make sure you eat from.
But we appreciate, because you still look out and you take care in a way that I think a lot of people don't.
We had to organize the next link up.
Come on, we need to do it. We need to have another link up, and we need to bring everybody together. So we need like a Google Hangout or something, like Google Meet, Google Meet.
Google
So there.
Hangout. I'm talking about Thailand or Bali in the winter.
Oh, so yeah, so definitely we need a
Google,
trip. We need a trip.
the whole squad. Maybe
Yeah.
even Amanda, if Amanda's still on the scene.
Oh my God.
Amanda was foundation. Amanda was different. Amanda is foundation, boy. Shout out to Amanda. What's her last name? I can't remember her last name.
Oh my God. Shout
Be
out
careful.
to
You pop something in your head there.
Thank you so much for doing this. This was amazing. I love you.
Take it easy.
Thank you
Welcome
guys
to the
for
Christmas
joining
Club.
us.
Soon,
Very soon. Thank you guys for joining us. 50 days on the road to 50 or like 44 days.
44
Take care.
days to go. All right, take it easy.
Bye.